first thing you should know about me is this. I built my life with my hands, and I buried my pride deeper than my pockets ever were empty. So when my son's wife looked me straight in the eyes, in front of a room full of laughing guests, and said, "Get lost, old man," she had no idea who she was talking to. I stood there quietly, my coat still on, holding a small gift wrapped in brown paper. The music was loud, glasses clinked, and people pretended not to notice. My son Arif avoided my eyes, that hurt more than her words. This was their housewarming party. A big house, white walls, marble floors, expensive furniture. Everyone praised it like a palace. Someone even said, "Arif, you've really made it in life." I smiled softly, if only they knew. I remembered when Arif was 6 years old, sleeping on a thin mattress in a leaking rented room. I remembered stitching shoes all night so he could go to a good school. I remembered skipping meals so he wouldn't. Those memories don't fade with age, they get heavier. His wife, Samina, had never liked me. From the beginning, she treated me like an embarrassment from a poorer past she wanted erased. That night, she finally said it out loud. "Why did you even come?" she snapped. "This party is for respectable people, not for someone like you." The room went silent for a second. Then awkward laughter filled the space, as if it were all a joke. I looked at my son again. He said nothing. So I nodded. "Don't worry," I said calmly. I was leaving anyway. I placed the small gift on the table and walked out before my hands could shake. Outside, the night air was cold but familiar. I sat on a bench across the street and watched the lights glow inside the house. I didn't cry. Men like me learn early that tears don't change anything. The next morning, my phone rang. It was Arif. "Abba," he said hesitantly, "Samina didn't mean it. You know how she is." I smiled at the wall in front of me. "Yes," I said, "now I do." He didn't ask where I was living. He didn't ask if I was hurt. He just wanted the problem to disappear. So I let it. What Arif didn't know, and what no one at that party knew, was that the house they celebrated so proudly stood on land registered in my name. Years ago, when Arif wanted to start a business, no bank would help him. I sold my old workshop, the only thing I owned, and invested everything. When he begged me to keep the property in my name for legal safety, I agreed. Fathers trust their sons, sometimes foolishly. I never told him that the housewarming gift I brought was not a decoration or a check. It was a file. Inside it were the original documents. A week later, I received another call, this time Samina herself. "Uncle," she said sweetly, too sweetly, "Arif told me you were upset. Why don't you come stay with us for a few days?" That's when I knew. They had discovered the truth. "I won't trouble you," I replied. "I've already made arrangements." That afternoon, I went to my lawyer. By evening, the process had begun. I didn't take revenge, I took responsibility. The house was legally transferred to a trust, one that would ensure Arif and his children were secure, but only under conditions: respect, care, and dignity for elders. Violate those, and ownership would revert. Then I moved. Not to a shelter, not to a relative's couch. To a small, peaceful home near a mosque, where mornings were quiet and people greeted me with kindness. I reopened a modest workshop, not because I needed money, but because purpose keeps an old man alive. The storm came 2 weeks later. Arif showed up at my door, eyes red. "Abba, please," he said. "Samina didn't know, I didn't stop her. That was my fault." I looked at my son, the boy I once carried on my shoulders. "Son," I said gently, "wealth is not marble floors, it is character, and character is tested when no one is watching." He cried. I held him. But I did not move back. Months passed. Slowly things changed. Samina came with him one day. She didn't speak much. When she did, her voice was low. "I was wrong," she said. "I judged you without knowing you." I nodded. Forgiveness does not need speeches. Today I visit my grandchildren often. They run to me, calling me hero, not burden. Arif treats me differently now, not as a shadow of the past, but as a foundation. And that housewarming party. It taught everyone a lesson they never expected. Never judge an old man by his silence. Because some of us are quiet not because we are weak, but because we've already built everything you're standing on.